Okay. We got camera trouble. All good. All good. So again, it's always visitors. If you got some guys on your team that need a little mental help, invite them, see what they think, and we'll kind of go from there. Let's see, discussions right here in red, the MVP process. We're going to break it down. We're going to talk about missions first. Your mission. Your mission is your personal statement of purpose. That's what we're going to talk about. We'll talk about the M in the MVP process. This is all of this is big league information. This is lifelong information. You guys are going to own businesses one day. You're going to be in charge, higher ups in the business one day, and you're going to have to develop your mission statement. All right. You're going to have your own mission statement within over the next couple of weeks. So it's going to be that much easier to come up with a company mission statement. It's similar to the leadership, um, the leadership concept we have here. Yes, you want to be a leader, but to lead others, you first have to lead yourself. To develop a proper mission statement, develop your own mission statement, and then you develop your company or maybe your organization, whatever route you guys go, come up with that mission statement. So that's what we're talking about today. Mission statement right here, as you can see. This is in red because these are part of the V's and the P's right here. The vision and the core values. That's the next two letters. So it's just red. I'm gonna probably skip over that. I'll skim over it really quick, but we're coming back to these two over the next couple of weeks. All right. So, but the fun stuff, guys are playing games. Guys have mental challenges. Guys have mental victories. So we're gonna dive right into that. Let me pull up the screen to see who's who. We're gonna talk about our weekly wins, our weekly challenges, and let's go ahead and dive in. So, Karen, you're at the top left of the screen. So, why don't you talk to us about how your week went physically, mentally, and give us your wins of the week?
My week was pretty good physically and mentally.
All right, my bad.
Um, it was pretty good because I pitched again. I did really well.
Mm.
My PT is going good. Basically about to start hitting again. And yeah.
Okay. All right, love it, love it. Remember, one more thing I forgot to mention, don't dive into the details specifically because we want to get into that later during the discussion. Cameron, what's going on with you?
And oh, y'all hear me?
Yes.
All right. My week was good. I know I missed y'all the past couple weeks. Just figuring stuff out down here in Florida. But focusing on this week, had some wins. Journaled every morning. Took some time with some scriptures every morning, and I ran to the gym this past week, which is about a 2 mile run. And I've been wanting to do that while I've been here. So I just, I said, let's do it. And that felt like a huge win for me.
Heck yeah, heck yeah. We'll dive into that deeply. I want to know the why, and let's dive into that. Devin, what's your deal?
My week's been pretty good mentally and physically. Uh, Monday I rolled my ankle pretty bad though. Did some exercises for that. It's healing up pretty better. It was just a grade 1 sprain though, so nothing crazy. Back's doing great. Lifting in the weight room, running with the guys and all that. So it feels really good.
Cool, cool. We'll dive into that as well. And let me see. I'm gonna stop sharing for a minute. I'm gonna see if DeJourn got the link. And who are we missing? Yeah, I think of some names. Sean, Donovan's the other one. Donovan can't make it. Let me pull up the VIP list here and see if I need to send out some messages. I won't list everybody individually. Shoot. Dang it. I don't want to go get my phone. Kenneth. I'm gonna send him a message. No, Micah said he's gonna be a little late. There he is. Got me. Send him a message real quick. Joan. That's it for now. All right. So, the MVP process. Trying to think if I want to go over that first. Let's just stay on the topic of the the games and everything, how everybody did this week. We'll follow up. We'll start with Kieran again. And remember, Kieran, you brushed off, you kind of quickly summarized, your performance earlier. Now's your time to really dive deeply into, excuse me, what went well, any challenges you might have had, and how did you deal with all the above mentally? Floor is yours.
So when I was pitching, my first inning, I led in 2 runs. I mean, I didn't really locate a couple pitches, didn't get a couple calls, but I tried to brush it off and just say I'll get the next batter, like move on, just quick forget about it. But then I was able to get it back under control, get out of the inning, and then I went 3 more scoreless innings, and yeah.
Nice, nice. So when the challenge happened earlier, you said you just brushed it off. Talk to us about what brushing it off means to you for you.
For me, brushing it off means like, all right, I like this like happened, but I'll just get the next guy, get over this to like kind of get over or like blanking on the word, but like
You didn't dwell on it, you just
yeah, yeah.
So, for people to appreciate that, we always have to compare it to something. And that's why I tend to ask about in the past. In the past, is that something that lingers in your head? You're out there, you gave up two, and it just you can't stop the bleeding. Is it that type of situation, or
Yeah, in the past, I would probably like get mad that I didn't get like the call on for the strikeout. Instead,
Mhm.
turned into a walk, and then I would probably like gotten mad, and then like not controlled that anger, and then that would have led to more walks or more hits, and yeah.
are you? I probably asked you this last week. Are you, or did you do anything? Specific? Was there some breathing, or it sounds like it's self-talk or
Breathing,
breathing?
yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
breathing. Do you do the belly breathing?
Hmm.
Okay, cool. So that's your go-to then. All right.
Yeah.
I gotta write that down. Breathing, belly. All right, Cameron, let's dive in. And well, before we move on, Karen, anything else, did you talk to us about the PT? How was that mentally?
It's pretty good. I'm super close to hitting back. I've taken a couple of rounds in the cage, felt good, but my coach didn't want to risk anything.
Yeah,
So
that's smart. That's the best way to do it. That's the way to
yeah,
do it. Where's your confidence when it comes to hitting?
like 10.
10. Nice.
Yeah,
Are you like a 50-50 guy? You can hit and pitch, or is the one that
yeah,
you
yes sir.
okay,
Yes.
cool. All right, anything else that was, talk about if there's something that stood out for you, like something that went really well, let us know. We gotta shout you out for your performance. Shout you out for that. But was it something that really clicked mentally, physically? Was it something that stood out?
Um, Nothing like really special. It's just kind of the monument of getting back hitting for me. That was my big
100%.
thing this week.
100%. 100%.
Yeah.
All right, well, appreciate that.
Mhm.
Cameron, how about you? I can't wait to hear the why behind this 2-mile run.
Yeah, yeah. I'd say the why behind it definitely was influenced by a baseball figure of mine, which I love, you know, old school guys like Ricky Henderson. And something kept popping up, and he was like, "Yeah, I just used to run like a couple miles every few days, and this, that, and the other." And I was like, "Oh, that's cool. Like, um, there must be some secret behind it, or no secret at all. It's just healthy." And so our gym is 5 minutes down the road here in Florida. And so every day we just hop in the car, drive down there, you know, no sweat. But I've just been thinking, there's no challenge there. It's it's too easy. Like, no, let me challenge myself a little bit. There's something fun and just like I can reflect on that time and use that time to just push myself a little bit because I'm not a runner. Like I do not like long distance at all. So it was actually me stepping out of my comfort zone a little bit
Nice.
because I really don't like running long distance. And I know like 2 miles, I mean 2 miles is 2 miles, but I mean it was a good mental breakthrough and just a good just a good cleanse of the mind. Um, so that's probably the main source behind it.
Like you said, 2 miles is 2 miles, man, and there's nothing more boring than running distance. And
Yeah.
at the same time, there's a lot of respect because it is boring. You know what I mean? Where
Mhm.
does your mind go? Like people who run marathons, I train them and I ask them all the time. I think what you do is so boring, but I have so much respect for it. What do you do with your mind for like a marathon? In your case, 2 miles, in our, well, at least my case as well, 2 miles might as well be a marathon because, you know, mentally, I'm just like, it would take all my focus not to step away mentally and just focus on this 2 miles. How was that
Uh,
for you mentally?
you know, one thing that kept me locked in on the run was I, at first I had a sight in mind. I was like, I'm gonna run to this pole at the end of the street as far as I could see. And so I began there and I got there and then I said, okay, next pole. And then get to the next one, next one. And I just kept until I was at my destination. I was like, next pole, next pole, next pole. And so that helped me just like, hey, you can go further. Like I'm
Yeah.
gonna stop myself. Like nothing's stopping me but me. So it's just like keep going, keep going. And
Yeah.
yeah.
Solid, solid. When does the season start?
So we don't report a month from tomorrow.
Oh, okay.
Yep. So I only got 5 more days down here in Florida. Um, being on the field and playing. And then I'm gonna go to Texas and see some family and take a little time off the field, but uh, just maintain my training and cardio and get the body feeling, just right before getting to camp.
Gotcha, gotcha, gotcha.
Yeah,
Sounds like a plan, my man. Well, best of luck with everything, and we'll be following you, no doubt.
absolutely. Appreciate it.
Yep. Dev, what's going on? Talk to us about the ankle, how you dealt with that, and coaching. Talk to us about what's going on with you.
So with my ankle, I just rolled it on practice on Monday. Finished the lift, started hurting afterwards. I got it X-rayed, looked fine, and so right now I'm just doing a bunch of stretching exercises, little bit of ankle strengthening, so like little calf raises, some ankle mobility stuff, walk up like stairs, stairmasters, stuff like that. And then for training, um, got a set. What was it? 7.8 on my long jump.
Yep. Yep.
Yep. So I'm shooting. I want to shoot for 8 feet in before summer football starts. So that's a good goal of mine. Um, but football's going well. Training with you is going well, Ronnie, and I'm really excited for summer. Uh, I won't be playing in the spring game, but I will be able to go to. I have Utah coming up for rugby sevens. Really excited for that. I'm ready to get some film to some of my college coaches. So yeah.
Nice. So you've been through a lot mentally, obviously. What's mentally, how would you rate yourself mentally? And, when a hiccup like an ankle roll comes up, how do you deal with that?
I mean, definitely not as severe as my back. So pretty glad that I didn't have to go through that again or anything like that. Um, I wasn't super happy about missing practice on Wednesday or rugby or anything like that, but I knew if I just got my ankle right, I'd be back faster rather than if I just didn't do anything about it. So mentally, I feel pretty strong. And yeah, I'm ready to get back out.
All right. Your parents didn't want you to use the thing I gave you?
Huh? No, we used it. We used
Oh, you
it.
did?
Yeah, it felt good.
Okay. If you notice the difference?
Yeah. It felt really good. Like the next day.
Did you use both of them?
Yeah.
All right. Well, if you want to get some more on Thursday, let me know.
Okay.
I'm in the last. I'm gonna start. I'm not gonna talk about it tonight, but because I want more people here. But there's a patch that it was introduced to me, and it has so many benefits. Long story short, it systematically awakens dormant stem cells in your body, and it just goes through the body, cleaning stuff up, uh, physically and from a cognitive perspective. One of the first thing you notice when you're on it for a couple of days is you get laser focus, a calm, natural energy. That's the only way I can describe it. You kind of feel like everything's okay. Um, the energy and your endurance goes to the roof. So I'm gonna talk about it in detail. I just want more people to be here. But if anybody's interested, just DM me here or in the chat, and I can, or here or just text me, and I can send y'all some information on it. Those who want some information right now, but put it this way, I'm using it on Osgood Slaughter as well. Yeah, y'all younger guys should know what that is, and even Cameron, you might have had it back in the day. Growing disease, that bump you get on your knee. I used that along with the Beamer, and the kid was pretty much cleaned up in about a week. Normally with the Beamer alone, it takes that about, it's usually like a 3 weeks process. But like I said, combined with the patch and the Beamer, that kid's good to go in about a week. So again, if you're interested, hit me up. And so that's everything, how everything went with everybody. All right. So let's dive into this right here. Let me share it again. This MVP process. Y'all can see it, right? The agenda, I mean, right? Okay, I assume so. So the MVP process, we're going over your mission. Your mission is your personal statement of purpose. Your personal statement, you can call it your why, right? You can just call it your why. Why do you do the things you do? Why do you I've talked about it in the past. Why do you get up, 5 in the morning to compete when the rest of your friends is just laying around in bed, maybe playing video games, messing around on the phone, right? What gets you guys up there? What's your purpose, your personal statement of purpose? And why is it important? This is just from the athletic perspective. A mission statement helps clarify your purpose beyond just winning. I mean, I think that's kind of common sense. You're out there for much more than just winning, right? You're out there for your individual reasons first and foremost, your individual whys. You guide daily actions and decisions, 100%. It's like the foundation. You guide your daily actions and foundation and decisions. So when you have that purpose, when you have that mission statement, that's your foundation. That's another foundational thing for you. Meaning, I'm tired, I'm fatigued, I don't feel like getting up there. What's my personal statement of purpose? You go back to that purpose, you know what? F the fatigue. You know what you're about, you know what you stand for, you get to work, right? Stay mentally grounded through the process or setbacks, 100%. Your foundation, once again, getting punched in the face. Life's gonna punch you in the face. Your sport's gonna punch you in the face. School's gonna punch you in the face. There's no better way to stay grounded than having an idea, a firm understanding of why you're here in the first place to take these punches and bounce back from an athletic perspective. Build identity and confidence rooted in something deeper than stats or titles. Yes. You have to have that intrinsic motivation, right? You have to have that grit. That's what's the term that's used a lot today. You have to have that internal grit, right? And your internal grit always comes down to your why. It always comes down to your mission, your personal statement of purpose. All right. Again, I want to reiterate, this is something that you're going to use throughout your life. So do not take this lightly. All right. You guys, like I said, you guys are going to be at the top of your fields one day. A mission statement will come up. You can go through your phone, pull out your notes from back in 2025 and refer to this as your personal foundation. Then you expand on this for your company or say you're the CEO, VP, whatever. You're going to use this as your foundation to come up with your company mission statement. So do not take this lightly. This is heavy stuff that can last you a lifetime. Samsung SM, I'm not sure who that is. Samsung, who's Mr. Samsung right here? That's a new one. If you could unmute yourself real quick, let us know who you are, and I will proceed.
Hey, Coach. This is Micah. I'm in the.
Oh,
I'm
what's
sorry.
up?
I'm in the car right now. I can talk in a minute.
Okay, no problem. Okay, no problem. All right, so let's see, where were we? So, like I said, your core values. We want to talk about this in detail over the next couple of weeks. What principles do you want to live by? Examples. Clarify your vision. What kind of athlete, a person do you want to be remembered as? That we'll just brush over that for now, and cover that next couple of weeks. Reflect on your why. Man, your why is so important. So important. Ask yourself, why do I train? Why do I compete? What do I love about the sport? Your why gives you your journey meaning, and it's the fuel when your motivation fades, fellas. That sums it up well, doesn't it? It's all about going back to that why and understanding your why. All right. Over at Smart Tents, I'm drip feeding the guys the stuff we talk about just to see where the outsiders are, where the non-neoites are. And not in a bad way, they just have no clue of who they are individually, who they are as a team. They're not supposed to, right? I still want to gauge where individuals like you guys are, who are going out of your way to separate yourself from your teammates and your competition. It's from the perspective, not in a bad way. I just love to see the progress that you guys are making when I ask those guys the questions and they don't have an answer. And I give them answers, but I don't give them the techniques. You got to show up for that. I'll just tell them this is how you do it. If you want to learn how to detect the specific technique that we use, join us on Sunday. But yeah, those guys, for example, I asked them, how do you handle it when the team has that point in the game where, it's a close game, somebody makes an error, a crucial error, now you are in a situation, nobody was on, game was going your way, couple plays, next thing you know, first and third, nobody out, counts 3-0. How do you guys get through that? Crickets, right? I can ask that same question here. somebody's gonna have an answer, somebody's gonna figure it out for the team, for themselves first, because they already figured it out for themselves. Then you pass along to the team, and just like Donovan had the whole team stretching, your mindset has the whole team winning, right? Going back to those guys do not know their why individually. So if you don't know your why individually, you don't know your why as a team. All right. So your why is everything, guys. Make it personal and action oriented. Use the I statement. We know about that. Use I statements that describe what you strive for daily. That's basically a version of affirmation. Example, I aim to work out, to outwork my competition, stay mentally tough, and uplift those around me on and off the field. All right. So make your mission statement personal and action oriented. And this is huge. Keep it short and powerful. So when you start developing your mission statement, you're gonna have tons of ideas flowing through your head, Now, the more effective you are of keeping it concise, this example down here, I compete with purpose, train with discipline, and lead with character. I aim to bring out the best in myself and those around me every single day. That's complete. That's concise. That's something you can refer to. That's your why. That's something you can carry around in your back of your head and refer to it whenever you come across the challenge. Whether the challenge 0 for 3, whether it's even 3 for 3, because we always talk about you have to come back to homeostasis. But when you have that mission statement in the back of your head, you can change the energy of the team because you know who you are, right? You know who that team can be with the right guidance from yourself. All right. So it's a challenge to make it concise. But once you make it concise and complete, you're more likely to follow it. It's like when I sell that patch to people, right? There's one patch that does everything, but you can also sell multiple patches as well. The company, the team I'm part of represents 60% of the revenue from this company, right? And our team's concept is just sell them the one patch. But you have other teams that have all these different patches, right? And if I come to you with buy this, or I come to you with buy this, oh, this is pretty good. Oh, this is pretty good. Oh, this is pretty good. You're going to get overwhelmed, and most likely you're not going to buy anything as opposed to just buying this one thing. It's the same thing when you're developing your mission statement. You have all these different statements, all these different sentences, all these different thoughts in your head. You have to narrow it down to something concise that represents you, that you believe, and that will stick with you throughout your career and throughout life. Now, remember, it's changing as well. It's going to evolve. Some of you guys are high school guys. You're not gonna be the same in college. You're not gonna be the same in pros if you make it that far, right? So this statement is going to evolve as you evolve. So just keep that in mind. When it does evolve, it needs to be short, concise, and to the point, all right? Here's something I like. It's kind of similar to what we do anyway. They use the I train, I compete, I believe formula. I kind of liken that to the start, stop, continue formula that we use. All right. I train to do what? I train to compete at the highest level. I train to play athlete, I train to become a professional athlete. I compete because it helps me develop the mindset of a champion, whatever it is. I believe that I will accomplish all my athletic goals, taking me to the highest level, whether it be college, whether it be pro. I believe that I will maximize my potential throughout my athletic career, whatever it is. That's kind of long, shorten that up. All right. But this gives you the structure while putting out your values, motivation, and mindset. This gives structure while pulling out your values, motivation, and mindset. All right. All in a quick, that's what this does. But we just carry that up here to our mission statement. All right. Let's see. I think I have another. Oh, it's the same thing here. I compete with purpose, discipline, lead the character, and I'm going to bring out the best every single day. It's the same one. Yeah. So that is the M in your MVP process. in the red. Like I said, we'll cover these next couple weeks. So what I want you to guys, I'm gonna write this down, so I'll put it on the website, assignment. And this is just the beginning, but you should have a decent understanding of how to start your mission statement. So I'm gonna say this week, design your mission statement. You have this video to refer to. I'll put these notes right here in the website. I'll copy and paste all this stuff. You can refer to that, but take it seriously, folks. Guys, take it seriously. Design your mindset statement. And this isn't it by any means. All right. This isn't the final thing. I just want you to take action. Take action right now. All right. Like I said, we still have to develop core values and our clarity clarity on our vision. But that's fine. For now, take action. Just like Cam jumped out of his comfort zone and ran 2 miles, you guys need to do the same thing. Step out your comfort zone, just stop riding. Your mind's gonna say, I don't know what this is. I don't get it. Just keep plugging away. Your mind does not want you to do anything that's uncomfortable. Your mind's in the survival mode. That's the lizard brain, they call it. It's all about survival. That's it. Your brain does not want you to do anything that's not safe. Stepping out of your comfort zone is not safe. So that's why it's so important that you guys just go ahead and start writing, right? The good thing is you can't be wrong. We're just gonna adjust it. But you can't be wrong. There is no wrong, right? The only wrong is not taking action. That is wrong, all right? That does not serve you. That does not benefit you. So again, design your mission statement, whatever it is, and we'll touch on it next week, and then we'll dive into the core values and clarify your vision moving forward. And I believe that's it. We covered the games, performance mentally and physically. Last week we covered in-season nutrition. Let's see if Micah can talk. Micah, if you can give us an update in the chat, if you can talk, if you can't talk, just unmic yourself and let us know how the week went. But okay, he's on mic.
Yeah, sorry, I can talk. I'm listening. Week went good. We played Dunwoody, best team in our region. We got swept, but we should have won the second and third game. Honestly, it's probably mental for the team. I did great. We faced quicker. I'll turn my camera on. We faced quicker pitching, but I was pretty. I did well, but the team was you could tell we were going to lose just by how we were acting in the locker room. But overall, I felt good mentally and physically, performed well, but lost. So,
talk to us in detail about that. So, shout out to you first
thank you.
for staying calm and cool and focus on what you need to do. Talk to us about the mentality that you saw, the attitude that you saw from the team. Excuse me.
Well, the guys don't really have first of all, they just don't really have any routine. Some of them do, the better ones do, but that was the first thing. But then they were all, you could tell by the way they were talking, they were like, yeah, we'll lose this one. And then the next one, maybe game 2, we can score a couple runs off their ace. And at that point I knew this is not going to go well for our team. So it was just negative talk.
Is it the type of thing where you could say something, or they're just so locked in on that?
I did say something, but I'm the freshman on the team, so
That's right, yeah.
oh yeah, Mike is talking about mental stuff again. So maybe a couple years.
Yeah, I got you. Hey, man, you consistent. See, here's the thing though. Freshman, senior, whatever, when you're doing your routine and you're getting results, eventually somebody's gonna ask one of the mature guys on that team that really wants to win, which is 1 to 2%. I say that because that's around the number of guys that make it to the big leagues. So if it's that low, I guess you have one player maybe out of a roster, maybe 1.5, maybe 2 that are going to make it. So you get to keep that number in mind when you're think, I know you're not thinking about this, just for the sake of this conversation, when considering if somebody's gonna take action, right? There's one or two elite minds in that clubhouse or locker room. So, but my point is, you just keep being you and keep putting up numbers, keep producing. Somebody's gonna recognize it. Coach, senior guy, elite guy, somebody's gonna be like, Micah has a point. We're over here beating ourselves up. He's going 3 for 3. He's all region or whatever. We're sitting here feeling sorry for ourselves. Maybe we need to pay attention to the freshmen. You know, so just keep being, keep doing you, keep being you, and I think you're gonna have a story for us towards the end of the season for sure.
Yes, sir.
All right. Anything else? Anything else?
Oh, journaling's been going well. I've been stick with that. That's kind of it though.
Okay. So sounds good. Shout out to you and everybody here. Everybody accomplished something this week. That's what this is about. We only got here early because it's 8:46 already. So, and I think we covered the MVP. We covered game performance mentally and physically. Shoot, I had a video for the Young Bucks. Maybe we can show that. Let me stop this. It's on their agenda. Let me see if I can pull it up real quick. They're, you know, the young guys are playing travel ball already, so you know their schedule's crazy. They could be playing right now for all I know. Let me see the Young Buck agenda and break out this video. Don't tell me. Oh, there it is. Okay, this guy's talking about. Let me share it for you. So just to give you an idea what he's talking about, he's coaching there. He's a well-known mental guy in this just mental arena in general. He does beyond more than sports. And he's talking to maybe his son's team, fifth graders who just got dragged apparently. But he's talking about how you take these L's and develop into a successful fifth grade team. They just got their brains beat in apparently by a sixth grade team. And he's saying, like, look, yeah, we got killed. I can talk in a bit. Okay, that's you, Mike. He said, well, yeah, we got killed, but you guys are learning how to be successful over taking this loss. So let's go ahead and share that. I just want to get you a quick take on what you guys think about what he's saying. And let me know if you can hear it. Yeah, I forgot about that. Hold on.
I can't hear it.
No.
Lexington that we was in, where are we at right now?
I can hear it now.
Trust the process. This is how you all learn how to walk. It's by first falling down. Okay? Everybody got it? KG lead on 3, family on 6. 1, 2, 3.
Well, that was some of it. This is from the beginning now. I hope.
Y'all know me, right? I took a lot of L's in life, a lot of losses that my own kids don't even know about. I don't talk about it. They see when you get to the top of the mountain. That's what everybody sees. They don't see when you're taking the L's. They don't see that. But a lot of people don't realize the L's is what's going to put you on the top of the mountain. You see what I'm saying? I learned how to walk by me falling over and over and over again. You guys are learning how to become an elite fifth grade team by getting whooped by sixth graders. Trust me, I'm not telling you got to give me your social security number. I'm not telling you got to tell me where you live. You ain't got to do all that. Just trust me though. Long term, it's going to be great for us. I promise you. So I say that. Don't hang your heads. Please. Please. Please don't hang your heads. Please. Please don't. You don't hang your head. Because I promise you this. At some point, we're going to be involved in the beach. We're going to be down there in Florida. We're going to somebody in the ocean. Somebody will get someone in the waves. Okay? I'm going to throw you in the pool. But at some point, you know what we're going to say? Coach. Coach. It was worth it. I see what you were saying. We like 30 years ago. We was taking these L's when we was in Memphis and we was in Lexington and we was in, where are we at right now? Ohio. Trust the process. This is how you all learn how to walk. It's by first falling down. Okay? Everybody got it? AG lead on 3, 6, 2, 2.
All right. My thing is, I'm gonna plug this back in real quick. Give me a second. All right. You know, that's pretty cliche, we can say, right? But at the same time, he's spot on. I want to know you guys' take as far as when you do take those big bad L's, just get your face kicked in. Where are you individually with that? Because when I ask that question, the team most likely who don't know themselves athletically, individually, they get beat up. They're hanging heads. How does that affect you guys being around that energy? How do you guys just put up your shield, get through it, or does it penetrate you a little bit? Let's talk about that. Let's go around the screen, start with Karen and walk away around. Go ahead, Karen.
Hold on, sir. My dad's talking to me about something. You mind coming back to me?
Yeah, that's cool. Cam, let's talk to you.
Uh, I mean, as far as in the moment, I probably I in the past I've definitely worn it on my face more so. Um,
Good.
I slowly though definitely learned over the past couple of years to, just embody it and, turn it into some energy, and just, if something's gonna feed me and teach me to win, it's gonna be that. It's gonna be that whooping. Like it's gonna be that dramatic loss of something.
Now your situation is a little different. You'll have, mature athletes who already been through middle school, obviously high school, college, pros. They've already done all that stuff. So they understand in a lot of cases the importance of, moving on. Right.
You're in the perfect spot.
Mhm.
So at the same time, a tough loss is a tough loss. Have you recently, have you ever come across that situation where guys, let's just move on. We gotta pick it up. You ever come across that type of energy in the locker room after a tough loss or a streak? I think that's more realistic at your level. Like something crazy, like a 10-game
I
losing
thought I was
streak.
gonna head it too.
How do you get through that?
Yeah. Positive words,
Show me how to do it.
having rebuilding the faith, putting faith back in the foundation, like belief in ourselves. Like before last season, before our All-Star break, we went on I think we lost 9 of the last 12. I mean, we was going through it. But, we had that break. We had those couple days off for the All-Star break. And when we came back, it was I think we won 11 out of 12. 11 out of our next 12. I mean, we came out hot and it was just like the conversations changed. The attitude was
Oh my God.
we took ourselves from getting beat to, we're the best. We're the best team out here. Like we allowed those losses to happen. So, now
Oh my
let's go
God.
get these wins, something like that. Um, yeah, but it was all our word and our belief
Mhm.
and just our body language. You could just see it in everybody. Everybody was walking tall, super focused on their job, and it was just business.
All right, we're done for now.
Yeah, like I said, at your level is different. You guys might have a team meeting to address,
Are we done for now?
you know, there's the big elephant, whatever the saying is, the
Yeah,
big
dude. Yeah,
elephant in the
that
room
was
might be there, but at that level, it's going to get addressed eventually. You know, team meetings,
Yeah.
managers get throwing shit up against the wall. Whatever that famous Wally Backman video, he just goes nuts on the guys. You know, that type of stuff is going to happen at that level. You know, so I think, and you said job and business. That's the difference. These guys are paying meals, you know, this is their income, this is their livelihood. That's the difference. And the guys on the screen, they want to get there, right? So you get a little
Yeah.
taste of what a clubhouse is like at that level. You know, the stuff we talk about, yes, you want to have all the mindset training you can, take advantage of it 100%, but you have to have that same energy and mindset for the team. It's expected, and it's expected to be addressed by somebody. Like, you know,
Mhm.
manager, that player, whatever. It needs to be addressed because that's the expectation, that's the standard at that level. So appreciate that, Cam. I'm gonna go back to Micah. See if you can answer. That might be a tough one. I don't know. What do you think, Micah?
We're talking about what the hanging the heads and the body language and how to learn from losses, correct?
Yes, yes.
Yeah, it's tough for me and younger players, definitely. I know Cameron has a lot of experience. Honestly, it's really hard for me. I'm gonna be honest. I don't do well with that. It's hard to, after a loss, it's hard to be like, hey, this is gonna help me develop. I can't get that yet. But in turn, it definitely does. Like you can look way in hindsight and see how it's helped, but it's hard to look in recent hindsight.
Yeah.
That's my perspective on it.
I think that's a great perspective. Honest, and the fact that it's honest and it's well thought out. You know, you didn't skim over it. So you can tell that you went deeply in that short period of time. So I appreciate that. Just continue to go deeply. That's the thing. Continue to go, because this stuff's gonna come to you faster when you keep diving deeper. You know, and the next thing you know, you're brushing off losses like you're brushing off wins, and you're right in the middle in your homeostasis, just living your life, living in the moment, unfazed, just grateful. That's the next step. A balance, you achieve your homeostasis, then you shift to gratitude. Once you're in that gratitude state, you can't be phased. Can't be phased. All right, let's try to wing it back to Karen. Got anything for us?
Um, yeah, I was gonna ask. Yeah, sorry, my dad was talking to me. So, what was the like original question?
So
Kind of got the.
basically, did you watch? Were you able to watch the video?
No, my dad just got back from a trip from Baton Rouge, and he was trying to
Oh,
talk
okay.
to me.
Okay, no problem. Well, I'll just summarize the video. There's a video of a guy. He coaches a fifth grade team, basketball team. They just got smoked by a bunch of sixth graders. He's basically saying, you know, it's tough right now. You guys are young. I get it, but trust me, down the road, you're gonna understand that taking these butt whippings, these are lessons that's gonna make us grow and a better team. And my question was, and this might just be tough. You've only been doing this for a couple of weeks. You're just getting back with the team, but in the past, um, when the teams had that "oh woe is me" feel, "oh woe is me" energy, how did you take that? And did that affect you negatively? Did you just suck all that in yourself, or were you able to put up a shield or defense saying, "I'm good"?
I feel like for me, I've always been like when I was younger, like really young, I kind of sucked up negatively, but my dad has always tried to like preach, to, like keep your head high, and then so I feel like kind of in the more recent years, I've been like, oh, I'm good.
Mm. Okay. Makes sense. That makes sense. So, all right. Well, I'm going to throw that out there. Just something to think about, guys, in this journey, this athletic journey and this life journey. You know, the L's are gonna come. We can either beat ourselves up, hang our heads like most people around us, except those elites that we talked about. The stats say there's that 1 or 2% elites around you. It can either be like the masses around you, it can be the elite that you already are, and those elites that are around you can take on your energy, and you guys can bring the team up. All it takes is you, number one. Donovan proved that. You can do it alone, but it's tricky when you're Micah, a freshman on the varsity team, right? But Micah and that one other guy that sees what he's doing, that understands what's happening, all it takes is that senior to have your back. Next thing you know, the energy shifts. So keep that in mind when you guys come across these losing streaks and a team that just flat out has bad energy. Continue to work on yourself first and foremost. Lead yourself. You'll end up leading others to victory, or at least a better attitude to position yourself for more victories. All right. 9 o'clock on the dot. Let's go around the screen real quick with our mantras, and we'll get out of here. Right back at you, Karen. What's your weekly mantra? And Karen, stay on so we can talk about the next week. Yeah, let's hear it, Karen.
Success only comes with hard work.
Success only comes with hard work. Yes, sir. Cameron.
Be quick, but not in a hurry.
I like that. Be quick and not in a hurry. And Micah.
Thrive in the uncomfortable situations.
Yes. Yes. Y'all were quick tonight. I like it. Y'all want to get out of here.